Good morning, sled addicts. What's going on? It's Friday. We all took the day off work. The boys are reunited and getting ready to do some sledding. We are here in Dundalk, Ontario, and the plan today is to go to an area where I actually haven't been yet, which is going to be up to Owen Sound, and then we're going to kind of hang out there and then probably loop around and come back. So we got the boys reunited, sleds are all unloaded, everyone's excited. Woo! There's the Jess man, there he is, the sled addict himself.
Getting everything together.
Excited to go, Jess?
Of course. 300K ride, what's not to be excited about?
And we got our buddy Kosta.
My poor back already feeling it. 300K in half an hour. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we are just coming out of Dundalk, wrapping around from the Dundalk Fairgrounds and heading down to the rail line that takes us up towards Markdale. And the good news is, trail is freshly groomed just for us. Okay, so we're on the B110, just coming west of Dundalk. Trail's been pretty good so far. Rail line is nice and flat. Besides that, no complaints at all. We picked the perfect location to ride, that's for sure. Okay, let's go. As you can see, the rail line is mint. Was probably groomed last night, but can't tell because it does have a good amount of tracks on it. So once we come into Markdale, we're going to take the 226 to the 234, and that's going to take us around through Walters Falls into Owen Sound. Loving this 226. Okay, so we are on the 224 to the 170, and like all the trails we've been on, it's been absolutely mint. We literally have not hit a bump all day. It's been insane. And we are about 10 kilometers south of Walters Falls, and then that will wrap us around to the B trail and take us into Owen Sound. Another thing I did last night in the trailer, I switched out my stock 4-inch carbides and put on the 8-inch, and I noticed the difference. There's a trade-off, especially today because it's hard packed. It's definitely heavier, but in the corners it wants to lift that inside ski a little bit more now, which makes sense because there's just more bite. But on the other side, in terms of cornering, it bites way harder, which is what you'd expect. And I think it's a good trade-off, and I'm definitely going to keep the 8-inch carbides on. Could not have asked for better conditions. Just like fresh groom, first 10 tracks on it, and there is I can speak for everyone in the group. Kosta and Mike are loving it, and they think we picked the best location to ride today, and I got to agree. It's just a whole different type of riding. The riding up here is a lot of fields, and then a lot of into the trees, tight trails that are like 1 groomer width wide. So it's a variety, but you're definitely running at a much lower speed than you would be up north. You got to, because here with these tight turns, it would be very easy to lose control. So you got to keep your speed low so you can remain in control and not send it into a tree. The one thing I am happy to report is the fields we've been through so far, there haven't been really any tracks off of the stake trail, which is good. So another thing, I was speaking to Mike earlier in the week, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I was watching the videos from Cochrane, and when it goes back between his footage and my footage, you can tell a difference in quality, because I have the Hero 5 and he has the GoPro Hero 7. So he goes, Jess, go buy a Hero 7. So I went to buy a Hero 7, and now I'm recording on the Hero 7. So I haven't seen the footage yet, but I imagine this footage is going to be pretty crisp. The main difference is that the Hero 5, when it records at 1080p, it has a lower frame per second than the Hero 7, which makes for not as good of a quality video. So Mike made me spend another $400. Mike loves to make me spend money. It's his favorite pastime, is making me broke. But we do it because we love the sport. Yeah, so we are just coming into Walter Falls right now, or we are in Walters Falls, rather. And we are passing through, continuing on towards Owen Sound.
Trails are spectacular today. Gotta hand it to the clubs, man. I know the traffic's been insane this year, but they've been out in full force. They're just doing an awesome job. Plus the cold weather's helped too, and the snow, which is awesome. Everything's set up good now. So if we can get some consistent snow, this should be a really good year for us down south. That's Jesse just blowing by me in front. It's the first time I've actually been up to Owen Sound, which is just crazy. I spent a lot of time riding like the Barrie, Aurelia, Collingwood trails as a kid, and kind of always wanted to come up to Owen Sound and go even further north up into the Grey Bruce Peninsula there. Oh, I think I just missed the trail. It's okay, it comes out here anyway.
Most of the running from Owen Sound across into Grey Bruce territory and then south into Chesley was fields, and it's still fields right now, and that's majority of what the running is in Southern Ontario, but conditions have been pretty good. 215K so far. Probably will end up being just above 300K for the total tally of the day. Since we left Owen Sound, it's gotten progressively busier. From Dundalk to Owen Sound, we basically saw no sleds. Okay, are we ready to head back? Okay, so we just got back onto the B110, the rail line, just west of Markdale. Yeah, so we are on the last leg of our trip, probably 50k left. We're gonna go into Markdale to get some gas and then continue trucking to Dundalk where we started. Overall, conditions today were pretty darn good. I didn't really expect this. I expected it to be worse. The rail line is obviously the best in terms of flatness, because there's no rocks poking out or anything like that. But the fields were pretty good too. The only areas that were a little hairy were some of the foresty trails that had some poking out rocks and some snert. But besides that, all in all, an excellent day of riding.
Okay, so day is over. We're just back in the parking lot. I'm loading my trailer. Kosta's loading into his truck, and Mike's loading into his.
My back's a little sore today.
Why is your back sore, Mike?
Well, 300k. It was a long day.
It was.
Some bumps and some tight twisties, but it was a good mix of riding. Great day.
Yeah, for sure.
It was awesome.
Well, guys, we hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you on the next ride.
If you liked that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Sled Addicts YouTube channel, where we release content on everything snowmobiles. Also, hit that bell icon so you can be updated every time we release new videos.